Welcome back, everybody. Game week 38. Let's get right into it, GP.
Yes, sir.
Rank these defenders from most points to the least.
Oh, this is a
I'll
quiz?
give you about this is the quiz. You have about 30 seconds. So I'm
Okay.
gonna test your knowledge, and everybody else you can follow along. Where do
Most
these guys rank?
number one, Verge. Number two, Milenkovic. And then Gvardiol. And then Trent.
Final answer.
Yeah, final answer.
All right.
Ooh.
Completely off. Trent actually leads the pack with 147 points, and Gvardiol, and then Milinkovic, and then Virgil.
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're very close on points. I just figured I'd test to see everybody's where everybody's knowledge is. Right next to it. Who holds the most assists? Rank them in order. I think one might be easy, but the rest is a bit difficult.
That's easy, actually. Mo first, Murphy second, Palmer, and then Bruno.
Okay. Very, very close.
Oh, Bruno, then Palmer.
Salah, Murphy, Bruno, and then Palmer.
Okay, not bad.
Not bad. I'm pleased. All right. This is a bit of a tough one. Most minutes so far.
Most minutes. This is Emi Martinez, right? Debo, the goalkeeper, or the
yeah, Emi Martinez.
Okay, most minutes. I'll go Mo first, Killman second.
Okay.
Mbumo, and then Martinez.
All right.
What? Killman third?
Yep, Martinez missed a few games.
Yeah, I know. I knew that, but I thought Killman would be higher than Mbumo, but I guess I'm wrong.
All right, last one for everybody. Most own goals in the season.
That's a good one. Own goals. I'll go Dunk first, then Mark Gay.
Yep.
Yanalt, and then Gabriel. I don't remember Gabriel scoring own goals. Go for it.
Well, you got one right on there. Gay, he leads the pack with 3 own goals, and you were right about Gabriel. 0 own goals this season.
All right, cool. Those were tough, man.
Those were they weren't easy ones.
Anybody in the comments who watched that, let us know if you got any of them correct, Mundo.
All right. Waiver time?
Yeah, let's get into it. Last game week.
All right. Last game week, JP. How are you feeling walking into that?
I'm feeling great. But the waivers, we're going to tell the people that we're going to target 3 teams. And we're going to take most of our waivers from that pile. So let's begin with Arsenal v Southampton.
Okay. And the first man in the pack is?
Merino, yeah. So he's my number 1 pick from Arsenal. As a waiver, he could be available. Last time against Liverpool, he played 78 minutes. He scored a goal, 3 shots, an XG of 1.3. He could have had bonus points, but he got red carded. So Merino comes back in.
All right. Do you think he'll be available, or do you think people have started to pick him up after that suspension?
No, I think in some leagues he could be available, especially since the Champions League, when Arsenal were rotating, plus his red card. So you can put him in there.
Fantastic. Up next, we have Ben White returning at full 90 minutes. How do you feel about that performance last week?
Ben White feels like a good safe pick. He plays the full 90, 1 clean sheet, 1 shot, 1 tackle. And he's safe because not only is Timber injury prone, but also Saliba's now injured as well. So he can play the right back or he can play at center back. But we're going to keep our favorite pick until the end of this episode. So guys, stay tuned because there's another Arsenal player who we think is even better than Ben White. So stay tuned.
All right. Speaking of injuries, surprised you have Havertz on there.
Yeah, King Kai is back. Waka Waka. He's definitely, people are looking into him. He could be available in a lot of leagues. He got garbage minutes last game, but for against Southampton, he could get even more than 15 minutes and he can score. So anybody out there looking to target Southampton, looking for a punt, for like roll of the dice, Havertz is a good one.
All right. Up next will be Botman. Why?
Now, this is a risky pick because we don't know how Eddie Howe will line up his defenders. He could play with 4 at the back or 3 at the back as he did against Chelsea and Arsenal. But you can argue that it was because Chelsea and Arsenal were big teams. He's facing Everton next. So will he go 3 at the back? I'm not sure. So Botman is risky, but there is a spot available because Trippier is out. So will it be Botman or will it be the next guy? I'm not sure. So the next guy is actually Emil Kraft. So here's the dilemma. If you guys think that Howe will play four defenders against Everton, then Kraft is probably your guy. If you think he's going to play 3 at the back, then Botman is your guy. However, some might argue that even with 4 at the back, then he can move Livramento to right back, and he can move Dan Burn to left back, and he can play with Botman and Cher in the middle. So this is why, for me, Botman just edges it because he can play in both 4 and 5, but Kraft can only play in the 4. So now it's up to you guys. I said both picks are risky, so it's up to you if you want to gamble.
All right. Before we get to the safe pick of the week and the risky pick of the week, you wanted to talk briefly about some of the Bournemouth players.
Yeah, because they're gonna target Leicester at home. I'm sure a lot of people will look into that fixture. So yeah, we can show the people who our 3 picks are, and then you can tell me who's your 1 to 3 out of them.
Well, the big 3, I believe, if we're looking really into that, it'll be Tavernier's number 1.
Yep, good one.
And Adam Smith and Araujo.
Araujo, yeah.
Yes. This is my own personal opinion. I know they're facing Leicester away, but based on the past few games, actually not even the past few games, the past 10 weeks have been atrocious. My opinion on the matter is that these are not picks that I would actually aim for. I feel they won't even do well against Leicester. They've been completely out of form. I know we targeted them last week and we were talking about that, but heading even to the Man City game, yes, Man City are completely out of form. But there was a brief, 10-minute stretch today where they were a man up, and it never even felt like it before Cook got his own red card today.
But
I'd ask you why you would be targeting any of those 3.
Well, because if you want to target the Leicester fixture and you're looking for waivers, then Bournemouth, you can shop in the Bournemouth aisle, so to speak. And so from the attackers, I think Tavernier will be the guy who is available. He played 90 minutes against City today, 1 shot, 0.1 expected assists, 4 take-ons, 3 shot creating actions. So he's the best out of the bunch. Now, in terms of the right back situation, it's a gamble. However, Araujo played today against City, started against City. So, but the game before that, it was Adam Smith who played.
Which was one of our waivers last week.
Yeah, we picked him as one of the waivers, Adam Smith, purely because he started against Aston Villa. But today, they played City, and it was Araujo who played all of the minutes, and Adam Smith came on for him. So now it's a gamble, but if you're asking me, I would say Tavernier first, Araujo second, and then Adam Smith third.
Sounds about right. All right, your pick of the week. Here we go.
Yeah, this man is my pick of the week, Ricardo Calafiori. So he came on as a substitute against Newcastle last game week, and he played 45 minutes. No, this is actually wrong. He played 45 minutes, and he kept the clean sheet. He even had 1 tackle, and he was good. Now he's the safest pick because of the injury to Saliba. Okay, Saliba had a hamstring injury, which is if it's grade one, it could be 2 weeks, so that he's not going to play. And also, I highly doubt that Arteta would risk injuring Saliba for a useless, meaningless game at the end of the season. So I
Yeah.
think Calafiori will partner Kivior. Even Calafiori can play fullback. He can play
Hmm.
in the Lewis Kelly role. He can play even in the Ben White role. So,
Okay.
so this is I feel this is the best pick for this week.
All right. And you name me two of your risky.
Yeah, yeah. The first risky guy is Bradley. Bradley actually played the last 2 games. He started them both, and we saw what happened against a couple of weeks ago when Trent came on and he was booed. So it is risky because it's Trent's last ever game as a Red at Anfield. So maybe Slot will say, you know what, I don't care how the fans will boo you, receive you. I just want to give you this game as a thank you for your legacy at the club. You know, you're one of the modern day legends, you know, regardless of what you guys think about Trent leaving. So this is why it's risky. However, Bradley did start and he had 1 assist against Brighton yesterday with 1 shot, 1 block, and 3 takeouts. So it's up to you guys. Do you think that Slot will continue with Bradley or will he put on Trent?
I'm of the opinion that Trent starts.
Yeah,
I think last game at the club, no matter what, you're right. I think he is definitely a legend, and he will go down as one. And I don't see a Slot not starting him. But it is, I guess, it is a
fair.
risky for a reason, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and last one, Mr. Tyreek.
Yeah, Tyreek George, it's a complete gamble. It's super risky. We know that Nico Jackson is suspended. He's not going to play. People thought that Pedro Neto will play in the 9, but Marasca surprised us all, and he played Tyreek in the 9. He played 80 minutes, only 14 touches, 1 shot creating action. So he's a baby, you know, he's a fetus. So will he risk him in the melting pot of the City Ground, you know, the home of Nottingham Forest, for a crucial match? It's going to be the match of the week, Chelsea against Forest for a Champions League spot. Will he throw in Tyreek? I don't know. He could play Neto in the 9, so it's risky.
That would have been my guess, Neto in the 9. But would you say he impressed in the 80 minutes last week?
Not really. It was kind of anonymous. So, but he got 80 minutes. That's huge. So it's depends on the tactics and depends on if Maresca is brave enough to put this kid in against Forest. We'll see.
All right. Well, those were the quick waivers for the week, and now we're just gonna have a quick look at our teams and how we did.
Yeah,
And it's exciting, obviously, for you because you were faced me, and you got the dub this week.
yeah, guys. We were actually facing each other in the head-to-head match this week, and I came out on top. Yes, come on. This means a lot to me. I haven't beaten Danny all year. He's been my bogey. I think I only beat him once in 2 years or something.
It's well, as you know, there's a lot of luck involved in this game, but yeah, I believe the better team won this week.
Everything went my way.
Walk me through the highs and lows because I also have highs and lows for this week. But I'll let you start.
Yeah. So definitely, Ian Matson gamble paid off. I posted a thread on Reddit speaking about the Aston Villa defenders and how Emery rotates his defenders, especially Matson and Digne, and also Pau and Mings. So I called it correctly, and Matson played. I don't know if he's going to continue that pattern or not next week, but Matson came in, got the clean sheet, and then the Everton boys hit hard and hit very well, especially Iliman in the eye. 2 goals, maximum bonus, McNeil assist as well, and I was laughing. However, your Brantwaite got the clean sheet, and Mike Keane was on the bench, and I wanted him to stay on the bench, but he came on, and that was one of my low moments because I had Kivior second on the bench with 7 points, and I was really like almost getting a heart attack, just really really nervous about that. And yeah, even when Pedro got 0 minutes, Kivior couldn't come on. But we held on and we managed to get the W. Stolarczyk at the back, legend as well, one of our waiver picks. So 43 points is great.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, I only had two real highlights. I believe it was the farewell party. Jamie
Yeah,
Vardy. I was so certain he was scoring. If
for
I was
sure.
playing regular fantasy, that would have been my triple captain. And it's funny, he missed the sitter like moments before he scored the harder one.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a beautiful farewell party. I've drafted Vardy actually,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been with me the whole way.
Nice
And
one.
the other spotlight, the bright light that I did not expect at all is
Leno.
Leno saving a penalty. That
Uh,
was not even on the cards. Um, and
but he
those
didn't
were
get
the
any
real.
bonus. So I was happy about that. I was afraid that he
Yeah,
would get
no,
bonus, but
he conceded what, three or two? I can't
two.
remember, two, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when was the last time you saw a defender concede two and get bonuses other than Trent?
Yeah.
Usually because he scores and assists on top, so they have to. Um, one of my lowlights, and I can't believe I'm saying this, and I hope that I don't get clipped. Salah's poor form has been undeniably ugly.
He missed an
Uh,
open net yesterday.
that miss, yeah, it's. I mean, in hindsight now, I mean, now I look at it and say no problem because had he scored that, I would have lost by one or two. Now that would have been more frustrating. At least here, I kind of knew it was a wrap. But it's just been that one low light. The rest, I can't really say much to. Bruno overall, he's had a good season for me, but the real low light here was Salah hasn't returned in 8 weeks, 8 odd weeks, maybe two assists in that stretch.
No, he scored against Spurs, but again, he was always going to score against Spurs when they were coronated. But yeah, I've been telling everyone that since they were knocked out against PSG and then lost the final against Newcastle to avoid them because they were really, really running on fumes, really. So,
Yeah,
but thank God it worked out for me this week.
amazing. All right, everybody. JP, final words.
Final words. This season is coming to an end, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoyed the highs, the lows. I hope your team did well. But more importantly, I hope your FPL team did well because that's the most important thing, right? Thing.
Always is.